Hi, my loves. So welcome to our Get to Know Her After Hours episode. Because what time is it?
It's definitely after hours.
Definitely after
Sure.
hours.
Definitely after hours.
Yeah,
Should
and
we
where
make
are
right
we?
now?
Oof.
This was so spontaneous, guys. I literally came here 10 minutes ago and
I'm just
just
doing
yeah,
it.
just agreed
Yeah.
to do it.
Why
Yeah.
Let's go.
Special guest.
Hi, my name is Genevieve, your former Miss Teen Universe UK.
Welcome to the Formers Club.
Yeah.
Welcome.
The Queen just crowned us tonight, so it was amazing,
Yep.
magical, and I'm just happy to be here. So
Yeah. And we're
Thank
happy
you.
to have you.
thank you.
So we're in Scotland for the first time.
Mhm.
Me and
Glasgow,
Caitlin.
to be exact.
Glasgow. Yeah. Had a ball.
Had a blast.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
A blast.
Definitely worth the
Mm.
trip, I think.
Definitely going again.
Yeah.
We're gonna come back again, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
I found your city very friendly.
Yeah.
You were saying. And it's
Oh.
very active as well.
Yeah, true.
Mm.
As she was saying as well, like
Mm.
there's also more representation for
Mm.
for some specific groups
Groups.
that are usually overshadowed in
Yeah.
other countries. So I was actually quite surprised that Scotland. You thought Scotland was more like shone more of a light towards like the LGBTQI and community compared to like other cities and everything. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was happy. I had a great first impression. So I'll go away happy.
Mhm.
But today's episode we're going to be talking about female friendships. Female friendships, friends. You know, sometimes they're good, sometimes they're terrible.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and I
Sometimes they go stale.
think
Oh,
That's
Yeah.
true.
hold that
Deep one.
thought.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
hold
talk about
that
that.
thought. And we wanted to just kind of like discuss that, you know, what's different in female friendships that's different in male friendships. How can we improve our
Mhm.
female friendships,
Yes.
especially through those seasons,
True.
like you said, and when they get stale. And
Mhm.
yeah, just have a discussion.
One thing that I've realised about friendships in our 20s, let's talk about seasonal friendships.
True.
It happens.
Mhm.
I didn't think I'll be one of those friendships that are in seasons.
Mhm.
But I was, and it's okay. It's
Mhm.
actually okay. Sometimes you have to really love someone from afar
True.
and appreciate where they are at that distance
Exactly.
and kind of respect that boundary. I think with the friendships that I have, well, the woman friendships that I have, we hold that to a very high standard in terms of respecting
Mhm.
people where they are, no matter if they're there for a season or if they're there for a reason.
Mhm.
Just like, no matter how far or close we are away from each other,
Mhm.
I still love you.
Exactly.
You don't talk to me, but because of the friendship that we had, I
Mhm.
still love you.
True.
That makes sense?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the distance shouldn't really affect
Yeah.
like the quality of the friendship. Still,
Mm.
we still have things like technology. You can video call.
Mm.
You can also phone call. There's lots of things. So
Yeah.
I don't think that there should
But
be
you
a
know what?
reason.
Yeah, I think sometimes though, distance does play a part.
It
In the
does-
sense
it does
of-
depend.
I think when you're in your 20s, you're navigating life kind of
True,
on your
true,
own.
true,
It's not
true.
like when we're in school, you know, everyone's in the same year, everyone's doing the same homework,
Mhm.
everyone's doing the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
thing. It's like, yeah, we may be the same age, but now we are grown up and
Mhm.
we're out of, compulsory education. We're out in the lonely, wild world doing
Sure.
things on
It
our
is a
own.
lot more difficult to keep track of your
Yeah.
friendships, even just like the occasional going out, kind of hanging
Yeah.
out. Everyone's busy, everyone's doing their own thing, and I think we can get so kind of ingrained into like what we're doing and like
Mhm.
just forget that no, you actually need to make time for your
True,
friends. I
true.
feel like that's something that adults need to learn, because I
Yes.
feel like you put your friendship on a back burner, and yes, everyone's grown up, yes, you understand that yes, your friend's not going to be there for you all the time,
Yeah.
but you also need to make more effort
Yes,
Mhm.
100%.
to actually be there for your friends
True.
and stuff.
Definitely.
And I
Because
think
if there's-
that can definitely create a divide.
100%. And I
Yeah.
think as women, can you speak for
Mhm.
women?
Sure.
As women, we are in an era or a period in our life where society puts a time clock on us.
Mhm.
Whereas, okay, by this age you need to do this, by this age you need to do this. I
True.
think when
So
society
true.
is putting so much things on us,
Mhm.
it gives us even more reason to connect with our friends.
Uh-huh.
Because it is a lot, and you do need someone to kind of sit down with you and to kind of talk things out and say,
Mhm.
actually, Caitlin, you're doing okay.
Yeah.
You're doing okay. Whilst there's background noise and everyone telling you that no, you should be doing this, this, and this,
Mhm.
you've got a group of girls that know you, that understand your character and kind of know your walk of life
Definitely.
and kind of bring you down to a sense of groundedness.
Yeah.
If it's even a word.
Yeah, that is.
To kind of say you are just fine, you're doing just fine, and just maintaining that relationship. Because listen, being a woman in today's society, especially in this time bracket, the 20s, is confusing.
So
So
confusing.
So
confusing.
scary.
So demanding.
Yeah.
So demanding.
So much drama.
True.
even when you don't want there to be drama, but I feel like as women we always like make things a big deal when they
I know,
don't
like
need
I
to
think
be.
that we
So-
read over a lot of things.
Yes.
We read way too into things.
yeah.
Like you could just like smile at someone like, maybe you're feeling a bit down, and you just start saying, oh, she was like fake smiling.
Was she being fake to me? She did that because
Like,
she
what?
knows something.
Like, overthinking.
Yeah.
No, babe, she
Amazing.
smiled because she wanted to smile.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, literally.
Literally.
And I feel like with that being said, I feel like being more understanding
Yeah.
is like so important, and not even being more understanding when there is a misunderstanding,
Mhm.
actually being vocal about it,
Yes.
because I feel like some people aren't vocal.
Mhm.
And I feel like particularly for me, I don't really fall out with people, but
Mhm.
the one thing that I don't see eye to eye with the people that I've fallen out with
Mhm.
is when something happens, you feel a way about, somebody feels a way about it, but they don't bring it up.
Mm.
And then it
just
kind
makes
of
it
keeps
worse.
happening, and then now there's built up resentment
Like a
from that
snowball
person,
effect.
And yet you don't know.
and you have no
No
idea.
clue, you're still
have
messaging them.
idea.
Hey,
Yeah.
babe, do you want to go out for lunch?
But
There.
and then but like I feel like for some people when they don't bring up the issue, they're like, oh no, we're just avoiding conflicts and whatnot. But not
No,
really,
you're
because
making it
it's
worse.
manifesting into something else,
You're just
because now
building
you're
it up.
acting weird.
Yeah.
Now you don't want to be around them, and then obviously the other person's gonna be like, what the hell is your issue?
And then it's not fair on them because by the time that person ends up talking to you about it,
Mhm.
they resent you so much that even if you were to have a conversation about
Uh-huh.
it,
yeah,
it's done.
it goes
Yeah.
So
nowhere.
it's not fair for you to even kind of like prove your character in the friendship to
Mm.
kind of say, actually, hold on, this is me. You know
Mhm.
this is me. I
Yeah.
am sorry that this happened. You feel this way about me, but I can rectify it. There's no window for that.
No, literally.
So true.
There's no window
Yeah.
for that.
And this is why I believe that communication is like one of the key elements in any friendship. I don't
100%.
even care if it's like between girls, boys, or even family. Communication is key, because without communication, as you mentioned before, there's so many misunderstandings that can happen
Mhm.
if you don't talk things out with other people, explain yourself, and eventually we'll just end up compiling into like this snowball effect.
Yeah,
Eventually turn into like an avalanche, everything just crumble and
literally.
crash. Exactly.
Literally. So,
So-
I would definitely advise to be okay to have those difficult conversations.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Because once you open that window, I think uncomfortable conversations is a form of intimacy with your friends. I
Exactly.
think when we think of intimacy, we think, boyfriend and girlfriend. No, like, have those intimate moments, have those intimate conversations. Don't see it as a hard conversation.
Mhm.
See it as an intimate conversation, because
Mhm.
now you're opening up a deeper realm
Mhm.
into
Yeah.
your friendship.
Exactly.
And it's
it
more than
builds-
just a
makes the
friendship.
strong- the
And you
bond
get to
stronger.
understand them better as well,
Yeah.
Exactly.
because then you know what makes them tick, what they
Mhm.
don't like.
Mhm.
Should they now tell you, like, oh, I don't like when you do this, and then you keep doing it? I
Uh-huh.
mean, it's a win-win on both sides, because then now you know that's not your friend.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because then now you know that's not
Ooh,
your friend, but
Like
then,
it.
and then you can move accordingly.
Question. I have a question. Why is it that in female friendships, when a female, another girl, is in a
Mhm.
relationship,
Mhm.
she doesn't give the same grace to her other friends compared to her boyfriend? Let me give you an
That
example.
is so true.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So like, let's say, let's use communication for
Mhm.
example.
Yeah.
A girl and her boyfriend having communication issues, over and over again,
Yeah.
but she's still trying on that end.
Mhm.
But then when it comes to her friends,
Mhm.
it's
You
different.
give up.
Like, yeah, you give up
so
quickly.
Yeah.
So true.
That is not good.
Yeah.
Not good at
I
all.
feel like this is like my what I don't know about everyone else, but I think friendship should go like, especially if you have a boyfriend or like anyone else, they should definitely go above like your boyfriend, girlfriend, especially if it's like just temporary
or even to
relationships.
part.
Yeah.
You know, because you
Not to
need
part,
that
exactly.
balance.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Because like you can have a strong and deep connection with someone in a non sexual way, and still have that platonic bond, and I feel like that is probably the most purest form of a relationship anyone can have. And I feel like respectfully, friendships are like probably one of the strongest like types of relationships.
100%.
I'd like say it's probably better than marriage or just like anything to do with,
Yeah, because it is the
sex.
foundation.
Because
for a
yeah,
lot
I
of
mean,
things.
sex is like, I'll say it's like usually one of like the driving motives for most people to be in a relationship.
Mhm.
But for friendship, it's just pure out of like character. They just love you for you, and that's what I find so beautiful about
Yeah.
friendship. So
But also, don't you feel like when it's kind of friendships, because you're not really like intimate with that person sexually,
Yeah.
so you can let a lot of things slide in
Yeah.
a way,
true,
because
that
it
is true.
doesn't really affect you as
Yeah.
much as it would when you're in a
True.
relationship
That
with
is
somebody.
true. Yeah.
So I guess you do need to navigate them differently.
Yeah,
But I do
exactly.
understand what you're
Yeah,
saying,
yeah,
for
yeah,
sure. I do
definitely.
understand what you're saying.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I was wondering, like, how come we don't give grace to the women in our lives that have been there before, you know, the relationship?
Exactly.
But then as soon as the relationship comes,
they don't exist to you anymore. Like the person is like now you're like, you know.
oh, and that's
Ooh,
another thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, girl, I have been on the same page as well. I was like,
Yeah.
hello, do I not exist
Yeah.
anymore?
Yes.
And after they break your heart, all of a sudden I'm here. I'm just
Uh,
like, I exist
That is
again.
awful. Like when a friend gets a boyfriend and now they don't want to hang out as much anymore, or they just change all in all. And I'm
Yeah.
like, excuse me?
Like you should, as like, oh, what's going on? Sorry guys.
And it's just so weird because you're actually your own person. And I feel like that's another thing that I have when it comes to relationships, intimate relationships. You can actually have a life outside of your relationship. It's completely okay.
It's okay.
And
And
you
it's
know what's even
healthier.
worse? Like, especially when they partner up with a partner that restricts them from having that freedom.
Awful.
That
Let's
is the
talk about
worst.
that.
Awful.
Guys, let's just keep this going because I have so much to say.
Let's keep going.
Literally.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's okay. Like, it's healthier when you have a completely different relationship or a completely different circle of friends outside of your boyfriend. You need to have your own life because then you don't feel as suffocated as well.
You don't feel like I wouldn't prisoned in the sense that you're this is your only box. You can't go to any other box. This is it and nothing else.
True.
It's
No.
healthy and you need it, especially like, God forbid, for people that, you know, do go through, you know, those difficult times like domestic violence or other things. You need that outside circle to be able to run to and just kind of like speak to. If your boyfriend is all that you know and all that you're with, like that's
like a
just
trap.
so just
It's
detrimental.
absolutely it's a no. It really is because you're so lonely.
Yeah.
You're so lonely. Surrounding yourself with feminine energy and aura is so important, especially to cisgendered women or even like women of all sorts. I think you have this different vibe.
It's just better
Yeah.
to have that outside circle
Female
that you
energy.
can run to. Female energy, you know,
Yes, female energy.
just to empower yourself.
I don't know if this is scientifically correct, but I was just scrolling through something on social media that said that we females like radiate like some electricity or something. I'm like, I don't know. It's very
our
weird.
hormones.
Yeah, hormones. Yeah,
Progesterone.
yeah, that makes us
Yes.
like calm or something or
Yes.
happy when we're around each other.
Serotonin.
Yeah, that is. Yeah. Whenever we're around each other, we release hormones like serotonin. I was like, oh. Though we may be what's that word? Complex to like some genders though.
But it's so beautiful.
That's beautiful.
It's so beautiful that we have this thing called intuition and we tap into it before our
Always.
external energy kind of like tap into any situation. It's beautiful how we have a nurturing side. Subconsciously, we don't even realize that we have it.
True.
And girls who are in relationships with guys and you're so locked in with this relationship, where are you connecting with your other females when it comes to these type of energies that you have? And you need to tap into it yourself as well.
Yeah, because it's part of your femininity. You need to be able to grow it, and sometimes it's not nurtured. And when you haven't kind of like experienced that kind of like friendship with other females and stuff like that, especially if you didn't grow up in an environment with those close female friendships, you need to be able to tap into that every once in a while.
I love how we are so quick to pick each other up when we're down. I love how we act on, to an extent, emotion before logic when we give advice or we talk to, you know, our friends when it comes to, you know, issues good or bad. Tapping into it is so important, and that's what makes our sisterhood so, it's just so exclusive, you know. And like, you know, I know it's gonna sound weird, but men can't really get that to that
You
extent.
know what? I feel like men do, but like theirs is very instant. Like I feel like ours is more complex and it takes us a while to get there, but once we're there, we'll like really get there. But like with men, I'm not
They
gonna
know,
lie,
but they don't say.
men friendships, I find them to be so beautiful. I'm not gonna lie to you.
As in to the point,
No,
one
like,
word, loyalty.
True.
They're loyal to their
That
boys.
is
Like They're very loyal.
Very loyal.
And when you find men that have that genuine friendship, it's so beautiful to see.
Because
so beautiful
these
to see.
guys, they are friends for life.
For life.
They don't allow, you know, as girls, you know, drama. They don't care about that. They're like,
They
okay,
squash it
that's still my
instantly.
friend.
They're the type to insult each other and still like, you know, like,
Yeah.
actually.
I think as
Hang out
women,
tomorrow,
we could learn from that because I feel like we hold grudges.
Because I think for them,
Yeah, we
they
do.
have,
even the littlest things. We
yeah,
hold
they
over.
come from the perspective of thinking logically that, okay, does this make sense? No, so let's just move on.
Yeah.
But for us, because we act on emotion, if we hear drama, oh, does this make sense? Yeah, it does, because 5 years ago when she did this, you know, she did that to me and then she did that to my friends.
At
and
5 p.m. it's like,
so
Not
we
cute.
just run on that thinking if we take
Yeah.
a step back
Yeah.
from the situation.
Not cute.
sometimes they're like these parts of like, you know, what the men have in their personality that we as women can also learn from as well.
For
Because
sure.
this can like save a lot of friendships, you know, from
for sure.
self-destruction or like.
So, with all that's been said, what do you think could be some advice that we could give to young girls out there, or even the older generation? Because obviously, they've also kind of went through
Yeah.
life where we're at. Kind of thing. What could they have done differently, or what, you know, just to improve their friendships in general? What would you say?
I think one piece of advice I would tell girls who are similar my age: find your tribe and nurture it. You know, find your tribe, take care of it, and nurture it. In order for it to be nurtured and give out that energy, look after yourself so you can also exude that feminine, that close, intimate energy that you want out from your friendship group.
Yeah.
Because sisterhood is something that we need as women.
Sure.
We do. We, you know, let's call it a spade for a spade. We do need it in order for us to flourish as women. So when you do have your group, guys, nurture it and don't be afraid to have those uncomfortable conversations.
Definitely.
Uncomfortable conversations are now called intimate conversations.
The thing is, if that friend is for you, they will welcome that uncomfortable conversation. Like, if that friend, at the end of the day, somebody who naturally cares about you, they want to know, they want to have a good experience with you when you're together, you know, and should they find out that they're not having that good experience, they want to make it better. So it is in your best interest to first of all speak up for yourself, right? Because we're big on that on this platform. Speak up for yourself whenever you feel comfortable, whenever something is done to you that you don't agree with, because then it breeds that kind of like environment where not only are you getting what you want, but you're also giving an opportunity for the other person who's interacting with you to connect with you better, because now they know you better. So and I guess adding on to that, don't be afraid to have boundaries.
True.
Have boundaries.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good
Have
one, actually.
boundaries. If something is not for you and you know it's not for you, speak up about it. Don't be uncomfortable for anyone.
And also, from time you feel like you feel uncomfortable in this friendship space, is this space safe for you?
Yeah.
Because your friendships should be your safe space to, you know, highlight your boundaries, to highlight the uncomfortable conversations, to highlight your problems, to highlight something that they've done to you, whether it be good or bad. That should be your safe space to do. And from the moment you don't feel like it's your safe space, take a step back and think, is this for me?
Sure. Just adding up on that, I was actually going to mention that don't be afraid to cut off. So I've been someone with I've grown with so many like female friends in high school. I've been with like so many different groups, and each group exudes like a different energies. And one thing I just realized, like, for the sake of my mental health, is if you can continue to hang out with a certain group of people that continue to diminish your self-worth, your mental health, and they really don't really see you as, you know, part or one of them, or, you know, that can definitely take a toll on your mental health and also your self-esteem. So what I'd say is, if you feel like you're unappreciated in your so-called friendship group, do not be afraid to take a step back and actually cut off. Yeah, they may get mad and say, oh, why did you leave? But that is just another way of self-manipulation, of just trying to, you know, coerce you to come back. And I'll just say, just respect yourself and your mental health, and don't be afraid to cut off. Because some female friendships, you know, aren't really for you, and I think you find your right tribe if you keep on looking and just being yourself. So yeah.
And I think adding on to that as well, not being afraid, don't be afraid to be who you are.
Exactly.
Like as yourself. Again, the people who are for you, they're going to be okay with however weird you are. And that's another thing. You can have different friends for different things.
Yes.
I'm not saying be using people, but like genuinely, you might have like for example, sometimes I love music, sometimes I love sports, sometimes I'm in my aesthetic babe era. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's different people that kind of like have that same vibe. And should I be in the mood to be in my pageant girl era, cultural era? We're literally from the same background. Caitlin's here, you know,
everything.
Really, Caitlin has the same interests as me most of the time. But do you know what I mean?
Long story short.
But like literally, be okay to branch out and have different people for different things. It's okay. And you don't necessarily have to mix all of them either. Because
you don't need to mix your friends.
Yeah. And don't mix your personalities.
Yeah, because like this is for you. This is for you. Have this time to have this friend just for you for just a second.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know?
And you don't have to feel like they're clashing. It's fine. It's fine. You can have different versions of yourself and still be you.
Exactly.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's okay.
Retweet.
True.
And
oh my.
it's completely fine.
True.
So yeah, don't be afraid to do that. Oh, it's kind of linked to having uncomfortable conversations.
Okay.
Be accountable to where you're going wrong.
That's a good one.
Be accountable. There is no point.
Self-accountability.
There is no point you having a difficult conversation or maybe bringing up something that somebody else is doing that it's wrong, but when you're not recognizing where you're going wrong.
So true.
Because that
this
conversation
is just relationship
also
advice
won't
for
go
like literally.
No, literally for anything. It's not even just for
friendship.
friendships, but obviously friendship's kind of like the basis of
the
everything.
basis,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Be accountable and be willing to accept that you are also the bad guy at some point.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? I feel like that's where the growth will come about, and that's where the meaningful conversations will happen, because everyone is willing to take accountability and look at ways how to move forward. So yeah, don't be a victim.
Don't be a victim.
Don't be a victim.
So true.
It's not cute.
Self-accountability equates to self-growth.
Yeah.
True. And it's also gonna make the person like see you in a different light, and they'll see,
100%.
and they're gonna be more open, you know, towards sharing most of their stuff that they don't like to hide.
100%.
So yeah.
And I know you mentioned cutting off people.
Yeah.
I'm a lovey-dovey person.
Oh,
honestly,
it's
for
hard,
me
isn't
to
it?
cut you off, you would have to do something
So
really bad.
Yes.
I fight for my relationships.
Oh wait, hold on. Let's talk
And
about that.
fight for them. Fight for your. If you genuinely feel like it can be worked through, fight for them.
I
you know?
understand that,
True.
but
not
girls,
to the extent that you're being taken advantage of.
I feel like
exactly.
girls fight for your relationships, whether it's
Yeah.
friendships or whether it's romantic relationships, but when it's at the cost of your self-worth, your self-respect, and your mental health,
everything,
you know, your physical health, it is time to let go.
Let go and
Let God.
Exactly.
It is time to let go. I think there's this narrative, especially within our generation. You gotta fight for your love, ride or die. No, I don't want to die. I don't want to ride or die. I don't. It's enough. And guys,
I want a
it's
smooth
okay.
sail, please.
Yes, it's okay.
With a few lumps and bumps, we're still going.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I think that's everything. Just like came to mind. So yeah. Honestly, this has been like so therapeutic. Because when I was watching a video, that's the exact feeling I felt. I was like, oh yeah, I always wanted to like touch upon that issue. I like you're discussing.
That's the vibe you're gonna get from Get to Know Her.
Yeah. Guys,
Get
watch
to
her
know
next
her.
episode. Yeah, get to know her.
Get to know her.
Exactly.
We're here to grow. We're here to learn about ourselves. We're here to learn about other people.
And most importantly, we are here to get to know
Her.
You.
Yeah, you.
Her. Everybody. Whatever. Yeah. Bye.
Bye.